Hi guys, apologies for that wobbly start. Welcome to another beer review and got what should be a very interesting one. So we're going to a brewery who I've never tried before, and this is actually the first time that I've actually seen any of their beers, and the concept of it I don't know, it really appealed to me. So this is the Saphir Märzen, which is clocking in at 5.8%. This is brewed by private Landbrauerei Scheuerer out of Moosbacher. So Moosbacher. And this is a Märzen which is cold hopped or dry hopped with sapphire hops. So not too familiar with the hop itself. I know I've had beers with a sapphire hop, but I wouldn't be able to give you like tasting notes about it. So I'd be interested to see if there's any difference between this and like a fairly bog standard Märzen. So, cooking myself a chili, and there's no greater pleasure in life than having a nice beer while you cook. So hopefully this will be a good beer to cook with. Not literally, although it could be. Yeah, I know some people like to use beer when they're cooking a chili. Cooking with beer in general is a wonderful thing, especially when you get it right. But yeah. Anyway, first of all, I love the presentation of this label. It almost reminds me of like British real ale meets German tradition for whatever reason. So beer in a glass then, and that's got a little bit of haze to it. It's definitely a little bit more cloudy than you would expect. Lots of suspended sedimentation in there throughout the glass itself and beer, right from the bottom all the way up to the top. Lovely golden, pale looking beer. Beer poured with, well, it's just got a lining of a very, almost like a cross between a creamy and a foamy head. But yeah, it's a lot lighter in colour than I expected it to be, but it's considerably more hazier than I thought it would be. I was expecting it to be a little bit browner, to be honest. But yeah, definitely an intriguing looking beer. To me that looks more like a cloudy Pilsner than anything else. But let's see what we get on the aroma. Not complaining, by the way. Definitely smells a little bit different than the Märzens that I'm used to drinking. It's a lot more earthy, actually. I find the Märzen style to be a lot more sweeter. But this has got a real earthy hop character to it. Has that almost very slight cheesiness to it. There you've got that muskiness coming through as well. Isn't it amazing how your brain can go somewhere where you're actually enjoying the smell, but yet it smells like feet? It's weird how your brain can do that when you're doing these beer reviews. Almost has like a slight butterscotch aroma to it as well. Yeah, like one sniff's sweet, then the other sniff's really savoury and earthy. And then that hoppiness comes through as well. It's definitely an intriguing beer for sure, so we shall see what it tastes like. Prost. Oh wow. That is definitely the most intriguing Märzen that I've ever tried. You're getting hit so hard with that hoppiness. It's got these like slight lemongrass flavours to it. There's a little bit of a gooseberry tartness coming through as well from that hoppy character. Yeah, it's definitely slightly sour and tart, which I'm not expecting. This is like, to me, this is almost like a slap around the face, because I'm used to, like, say, Märzens to be a little bit more nutty, roasty, caramel, that sort of thing. But this, You do get those slight characters, but they must have used a hell of a lot of hops in this because it comes through so much. A little bit of hop burn on the back end, the bitterness builds up as well. It's definitely a lot more bitter, naturally, than you would expect from a beer like this, but yeah, it's an intriguing one for sure. Lovely berry-like fruits coming through this as well. Yeah, I don't know, it's like, part of me is still a little bit confused about this beer, but the other part of me is like, this is a tasty beverage. That's an intriguing one for sure. The only sort of downside to it is this aftertaste is not only lingering, but it seems to be getting a little bit stronger, and it is getting a little bit sickly. It has to be said. But yeah, like it has got that like jelly sweet sort of flavour to it, like a jelly tots, Rantry's jelly tots. Yeah, that's definitely the most intriguing Märzen that I've ever tried. But I'm not 100% convinced about it as a Märzen. But as just a beer to sit down and drink, yeah, it's definitely an intriguing brew for sure, and one that I will definitely enjoy the rest of. It's peppery as well, a little bit of a spicy tone, almost like a slight bell pepper flavour coming through. Yeah, that's an odd one, but I mean that in a very good way. In terms of a rating though on this beer, Jesus, where do I even begin? Saphir Märzen. I'll have to definitely try more beers that are more sapphire hop forward, because that flavour, and it's not just like a slight twang or a little bit of a different taste. It's a clearly evident taste, and I'm attributing it to the sapphire hop. Yeah, that's a cool one. It's a cool beer. It's a really fun beer. But like I said, I don't know if I'd have too many bottles at once. I mean, I know it's only 5.8%, but that flavour profile would just build and build and get a little bit sickly for me. But that being said, I'm going to give this one a very solid 8 out of 10. Definitely one to try for you guys out there. But yeah, almost like a single hopped Märzen or dry hopped Märzen. It's fantastic to see what some of the craft breweries are doing now that aren't just like putting in 330ml bottles and charging like €6 for a bottle of it. But that's just craft beer in general, really, isn't it? Yeah, less than €1 I think I paid for this one, or around about that point. And yeah, it's an intriguing one for sure. So if you tried this one, let me know your thoughts, opinions. If you've tried any beers that have been single hopped with Sapphire, if you could give me some tasting notes on the Sapphire hop, even though by the time you've seen this I will have probably read it up if I remember. But yeah, any thoughts and opinions and potential recommendations are greatly appreciated. So check out Private Landbrauerei Scheuerer. It's got the ingredients list in 4 different languages, including English, so I'd imagine this is one that could potentially pop up on a website like Beers of Europe. If you see it, give it a go. If you want something that's quite out there, now I'm like almost talking like plays with your mind, sort of like Tuol sometimes can do, but it's that unique. Yeah, give it a go. So check out my Märzen playlist down below, check out the brewery, and hopefully next time, well, hope you join me for another beer review. So I've got to cook because I'm friggin' hungry. See you later.